Today is May 27th. You can finally check the standings, and we're taking the Yankees pitchers to school. Between the Bases starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Between the Bases podcast. My name is Noak. Alongside me is Mo. And if you remember, about a month ago, we ranked the Yankees hitters. Now, today, we're going to be ranking the Yankees hot pitchers. Mo, how you doing?
Doing amazing. Really excited to do this episode. Want to do this for some time. The Yankees rotation will be very fun to grade, as well as the bullpen. Both have been, top three in the MLB this year. Really just been a major bright spot for the Yankees, and the reason that they're, sitting at 37 and 18 right now.
So let's start off with a pitcher that we've all had doubts about coming into this year. He was an ace. Now he's not an ace, he is the ace until my man Garrett Cole comes back. Carlos Rodon.
Look, Carlos Rodon, he's been great this year. He's a B plus for me. He's not on that A level yet because we really haven't seen that dominant Carlos Rodon. He's getting outs, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't been dominant. You haven't been like, that's my ace. That guy's doing amazing. He's not. He's doing solid. He's been solid. He's really, shut up all the doubters. But he hasn't looked like the prime Carlos Rodon that we all want to see. Let's be real here. He hasn't. His last start, 6 scoreless, which is great. But, it almost feels like when you're watching him, he's a bit lucky. But whatever. It's working. He's getting out. His ERA is under 3. B plus.
I'm going to give him an A minus because I think he deserves an A. I think if you ask the Yankee fan coming into the season that, by Memorial Day, his numbers are going to look like this, yeah, we would sign up for that because after last year, anything's a win. I think it's not an A plus because they did give him that big contract and he hasn't fulfilled that big contract yet, but it's an A minus for me. And our next guy, he just earned a big contract from the Yankees, Marcus Stroman.
Marcus Stroman. He's also B plus. And the reason he isn't on an A level is because he struggled at times with his command. As of late, he's been terrific. Really, his last 2 starts just phenomenal. But at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, up to date, really, he's really just he struggled a bit with his command. A lot of 3-ball counts we've been seeing from him. He hasn't really been able to get that deep into games until recently. That's why he's B plus. He's really been amazing though, and I'm really happy we didn't sign Blake Snell. We chose Marcus Stroman.
All right, I think I'm also gonna go B plus too. He's electric to watch. Don't get me wrong. I love watching him. He's electric, but I don't find him entertaining to watch. He's very frustrating to watch pitch because
he's not entertaining to watch at all.
On the count so easily, and he just gives up so many walks. It's frustrating to watch him pitch, but he's electric. He's fun for this Yankee team. He brings energy. He wears vintage's Yankees throwback year, 2004 Yankee throwback year, 2001.
No. Marcus Stroman, he's been great. He's not an electric pitcher. That 89 mile an hour fastball, electric.
I meant like his energy is electric.
Yeah, sometimes.
Dogs like Alex Verdugo electric. This is what the Yankee team.
Nah, Alex Verdugo electric. That's another level.
All right, the next guy. He started opening day for us. Kind of got off to the rough start. I think we're all going to agree he's the worst pitcher in the starting rotation that we have. Give me Nestor Cortes Jr.
Nestor Cortes Jr. is a B for me. He's been, his ERA is good. It's 3.29, I believe, which is very, very good. That's the best on a lot of MLB pitching staffs, but he's really struggled on the road this year. He's been, if you take his home stats, best pitcher in baseball, but he just hasn't been as consistent on the road. But still, you like what you're seeing from him. You're hoping he can, carry that to the road and, be the Nestor Cortes of 2022. And he's looked very close to that this year. So he's a B for me.
I'm going to give him a B minus because I think that he's just a soft tossing lefty. I mean, I think he's gone really lucky. He's had a couple pitch violations here and there. I think when Garrett Cole comes back, I mean, we're going to have this discussion come later in the podcast, like in a different date. I think he is the pitcher that goes to the pen when
I agree.
Garrett Cole comes back.
100% agree. He has
I'm going to give him a B minus. And then our next guy is my favorite pitcher to watch pitch in starting rotation, Clark Schmidt.
Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt has been an A for me. He's been an A, really built on his season last year. You see the stuff looks more like stuff's moving more. His command has been, some of the best in the league. You saw that game when he was tipping pitches, still only 3 runs in 5 innings. Like, are you kidding me? You're tipping pitches and you still pitch that well? Like, wow, that's not normal. Like, people don't understand that. That's insane. You're tipping pitches, you go up 3 runs in 5 innings, which is a solid start for a lot of people. For him this year, like, that's not what we've seen of him this year. We've seen him be much better. His ERA is, I think, 2.59, which is amazing. He's really blossomed this year into an elite young pitcher.
I'm gonna give him an A, and I think I think it was on the podcast, maybe it was off pod, maybe it was before we were recording. You once told me that whenever Clark Schmidt goes out there, he just gives you the same stat line every time. And the stat line he gives you every time, it's a good stat line. It's enough to give you an A.
No, at the beginning of the year, it was always 5 2/3, 3 runs, but he's been a bit better recently.
All right. And our last guy in the starting rotation, well, I'm just going to give him an A+ right here. Luis Heel, the king of the heel.
A+. I love watching Luis Heel pitch. There's a Yankee game during school. I'm watching Luis Heel pitch. He's just electric. I love it. The 97-mile-an-hour changeups, the 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, wipeout slider. He struggled with command earlier in the year. He's completely, turned his back on that. You see every single start, you just expect him to, give you 6 scoreless innings, 6 1-run innings, whatever. It doesn't matter. Sometimes he only has 5 strikeouts. Sometimes he's going to get up to 14, but he always finds ways to get out. And it doesn't seem like he's getting lucky. He's really he looks like a legit, future ace. This stuff is it's unreal. There's, he's, in my mind, he's very comparable to a prime Luis Severino. The stuff is very similar. The demeanor on the mound is very similar. The unwavering confidence that he has, he's just amazing to watch. He's an A+.
Yeah, I was going to say that too about him and Luis Severino. I think the Yankees have always searched to find the next Luis Severino, whether it's Davy Garcia, Johnny Burrito, Randy Vasquez. And I think they finally found it in Luis Heel. And I know he's going to be on an innings limit this year, so we might not see.
No. They said he has no innings limit. They said they have some technology that they won't, name, but they have a way to measure if his arm's about to break down. And they said there's no innings limit unless they see stuff going on in his arm.
I don't trust anything the Yankees say. Because one day you'll see Aaron Judge.
No, Jack Curry said it. Jack Curry said it. You can trust it. Jack Curry said it.
Right, Jack Curry said it. But let's move on to the bullpen. And let's start off bad, because let's start off with my boy, Caleb Ferguson, the Ferg. Someone I've really hoped to get going, but he hasn't really gotten
going. He's a tough one to grade, He's a D for me. He's, just been consistently bad. In high leverage moments. When it's not such a high leverage moment, he's been solid. I think that should be the role he's in. He shouldn't be a guy that's, closing when Clay Holmes isn't available, which is the way Aaron Boone has used him. I think he's been used wrong. He can be a good pitcher. I just think he's in the wrong role right now, which is why he's a D for me.
I'm going to give him a D-. I think he's not an F yet because he hasn't been that bad. But coming in, I thought there were Yankee fans that were so high on Caleb Ferguson. Oh, he's going to be a Matt Blake. He's going to be a Matt Blake production. His numbers in 22 games in 17.1 innings pitched, 5.71 ERA, and he's 0-3. That is not what we wanted from Caleb Ferguson. Career ERA, 3.61. So he obviously has the potential to be there. I just don't think he's been there. I think, yes, come August, come September, we're going to have these discussions. And yeah, Caleb Ferguson might be a good pitcher, but not right now. That's not what we've seen from him right now. And our next pitcher, he's bounced around a couple teams this year. Let's go Michael Tonkin.
He really hasn't given us Yankee fans enough to watch to really be able to give him a fair grade. But see, he's been, his stuff looks really good when you watch him pitch, but he struggles a bit with his command sometimes. The stuff, as I said, he's really good stuff. But, he's gotten hit a bit. The fielders really haven't helped him out. But he's only pitched a few times for this Yankees team. We really haven't seen enough of him to be able to give him a fair grade. And you have to believe there's good stuff to come with him because he's currently on this roster over Ron Marinaccio, who's pitched, really, really well this year.
Okay, let's play a game here. Guess he's playing on 3 teams this year, right? So guess his
Yeah.
ERA from the highest team to the lowest team in order.
What teams were he on? He was on the Brewers.
He's been on the
Brewers
Twins,
and Mets.
the Mets, and the
Twins. No,
Yankees.
Mets. Okay. Twins 5, 6.
No.
I have no idea.
With the Twins, he had a 9 ERA. Mets, he has a 5
Okay.
ERA, and with the
And the
Yankees, he has
Yankees
a
is like a
1.50 this year. So what we
doesn't seem
haven't
that good, but yeah.
we haven't fully appreciated what Matt Blake has done with this talent because he's
No,
gonna be
I
one of
was
the best.
saying he has really good stuff.
All right, let's go, Mets fans. You know, Mets fans told me, "Oh, he's Michael Tonkin." Oh my God, come on, Michael Tonkin, 1.5 ERA.
He's better than your closer. He's better than your closer, Mets fans.
better than Edwin Diaz. Ed Luz Diaz. Okay, our next guy. I got to choose a pitcher to go here. Let's go, my boy, Dennis Santana.
He's Dennis Santana. Dennis Santana is a D. He's a D. Actually, no, scratch that. He's a C. The reason he's not a D because his stats aren't great. The reason he's not a D is because we didn't have great expectations for him, and we're getting based on our expectations for these pitchers. So because of that, I give him a C. He has good stuff, but again, loses the strike zone, makes too many mistakes, which just cost him. He has that upper 90s fastball, a great slider, but, just command this year has just killed him.
Yeah, Dennis Santana is not going to be here the whole year. I'm fully confident in that because I don't think we're going to get Tommy Kahnle, but Kahnle's going to be back. Hamilton's going to be back.
Kahnle is back. Kahnle is back.
I know, but Dennis Santana. I don't think he's going to be here come the October playoff stretch.
No, definitely not.
So I'm going to give him a D. Our next pitcher, let's go with Gonzo himself, Mr. Victor Gonzalez.
Victor Gonzalez, he's been good.
Except for yesterday.
B plus, whatever.
Let's go B plus. Yeah,
B plus.
Kind of lucky out of the pen.
He's the Wandy role. He filled the Wandy role. He's kind of been what we expected Caleb Ferguson to be. He has the high energy, not great stuff, but he finds a way to get outs always, and he's a guy you like to root for.
All right, our next guy, the closer of the New York Yankees, Mr. Cement Holmes himself. I mean, against the Mariners, he looked like Clay Holmes. But
no. That blown save is just it's completely overblown. There was those you look at those 3 hits or whatever, there was a blooper. 3 of the 4 hits was a blooper, an infield single, there was an error, and then there was one real hit, which even was just a ground ball. You don't have the infield in, that's not a hit.
Okay.
I don't know. It's when I look at that, I'm not like, oh no, he's about to, implode for the rest of the year like he did in 2022. He's not. His stuff looked good that night. It did. That stuff was moving a ton. He's sitting 98. It started to look good. Yes, the control, fine, that's his fault. But he got unlucky. I'm sorry, he got unlucky. He's an A+ this year, Noah. He's been the best. He's been a top 3 closer in baseball. I'm not prepared to say he's been the best. He's top 3 closer in baseball, and we didn't really have much, the greatest expectations for him because he's been shaky in previous years closing games. But he's, really silenced the doubters as of now onto how that he can be a legit closer.
I think he is the 3rd best closer in baseball. I think I do give him an A+. The only 2 closers better than him is I think Reed Garrett and Edwin Diaz. So I mean,
no, realistically though, I think
it's Class A and
no, not Class A, not Class A. I'm taking Holmes over him. The guy in the Padres, I'm blanking on his name.
Robert Suarez and Mason Miller.
Robert Suarez is very good, and also that guy, the setup guy for the Padres, Jeremiah Estrada. He's really good.
I saw Mason Miller pitch live against the Yankees. Filth. That guy, I've never seen a guy pitch like that before. He just pitches filth coming out of his hands. It's like he's throwing amazing. It's the best pitcher I think I've ever seen pitch live, and that's saying a lot. I've seen a lot of good pitchers pitch live.
You saw you didn't see Zach McAllister? That's your guy, Noah.
Unfortunately, I never saw Zach McAllister play or Ryan Lamar. Those guys from my 250 Yankees.
I saw RKF live pitch.
I did not see RKF pitch live. I think I saw Roman pitch live in the playoffs when they lost 16-1, but we don't talk about that game.
Talked about that game. About Colt cycle game. All right, let's get back to the players.
I've seen a cycle and a triple play at a game. But let's get back to the guys. The next guy, Luke Weaver.
I love Weaver. Oh my god, I love Weaver. A+.
I love
A
his. I love
plus.
his
I don't
energy.
even have
I
to
love his.
explain anything. I love Weaver's my favorite reliever on the Yankees. A plus. She's amazing.
I love. I
This
love his
stuff is so
energy.
good. I love watching him pitch. He's my favorite guy to watch pitch on the Yankees. Out of the bullpen, by far. I love watching Weaver play.
You see the mic'd up they did with him? That's so funny.
Yeah,
He's such a funny guy.
he's
I
so
love
out
Luke
of
Weaver.
pocket on the comments he makes. I love him. He's so real. He's not like all professional. He's such a real guy.
Why don't we go with Luke Weaver's buddy that loves the IL just like Giancarlo Stanton, Nick
Nick
Birdie.
Birdie. Nick Brady, the ERA is good. He's horrible command. Always lets inherited runner score B. He's a B because the expectations weren't great for him. Actually, no, we all knew he was going to be good because Matt Blake said he was going to be good. But the 1.86 ERA is very good. But he struggled with command a bit. Once he figures that out, he can be a high leverage, reliever for the Yankees who can be really, really elite.
There's been 2 Yankees this year that have hit the IL twice. They both
Nick
share a
Birdie
last
and John
name.
Birdie.
Flying the birdie bus. All we need is Greg Bird.
Not Miss
All right,
Greg.
our last guy for some reason is on the COVID list. Ian Hamilton.
Ham
Is he
dog.
really
Ham
hurt?
dog. Ian Hamilton. C. C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see too.
He's had great outings. He's had bad outings. Just hasn't been consistent this year. I do think he'll figure it out. He's just too good of a pitcher. Really, the stuff is too good. Command is too good. He'll figure it out. But he's had some shaky outings this year. That's the reason is to see.
All right, and I think our last Yankee news of the day: DJ LeMahieu
Yeah.
is set to come. DJ LeMahieu is set to come back tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm really excited to have him back. Cabrera struggled a bit. He goes 1 for 4 every day with a weak blooper ground ball single every single day. He was great at the beginning of the year. He's kind of the magic has run out. So I'm excited to have LeMahieu back. I hope we can see, a good DJ LeMahieu again, like we saw, 2020 and prior to that.
I mean, Oswaldo was a bullpen piece. Not a bullpen piece. Oswaldo was a bench piece, and that's really what we saw him turn into in the past couple of weeks. So I'm very excited about the acquisition of DJ LeMahieu. And the last point I want to make here, I think Anthony Volpe is on a 19-game hit streak right now. And, I mean, he's been incredible in the leadoff spot. And we criticized him for being in the leadoff spot. I certainly criticized him. I thought they should move him back. But he's played great in front of Soto and Judge. Any last things you want to mention before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I agree with Volpe's been amazing. He's really set the table for these guys, Soto and Judge. The Yankees have looked really good recently. They've looked really, really good, really encouraging.
All right, I think that's gonna do it. Summer's about to be here. We'll be making more episodes because school is finishing. We'll see you guys later. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's go Yankees.